YouTube fam, as you can see, my client is over here looking sad. He ready for his haircut. So without further ado, let's get to chopping.
What's dope as a nigga in flight mode? Hey, we can take
Yeah, so we gonna start off this cut by draping the client. We got the neck strip for sanitation purposes. New barbers out there, cleanliness is next to godliness. Make sure you being sanitary. So I'm gonna hit y'all with the spin off so y'all can see what he looks like before the cut. This is a nice visual before the sauce, baby. Alright, so let's get the chopper like Bruce Lee. So I'm gonna start off this by hitting him with a 1.5 and combing through the hair as I go. I've been cutting this kid for 4+ years now, and I know his head like the back of my hand. For new barbers, I do recommend combing through the hair so you can figure out the wave pattern and the way the hair flows. But you know, I'm getting through it. I know what I'm up against pretty much. So we're gonna cut it down nice and even. Step number 1, establish the length and getting rid of the weight. So right here, we're going with that 1.5 with the grain because this is a waver. All around, getting it nice and even with the grain. Alright, so now I'm blowing off the hair and my client suffers a little bit from dry scalp, so it's a little damages and whatnot. I want to blow the hair off so my canvas can be clean before I start fading. So that's what I'm doing right now. Now I'm going in with my Babyless effects and just establishing my ball zero line, taking off what I don't need, taking off everything I don't need. Now I'm about to hit them with that. One of my favorite clippers is the Mythics. I'm going lever open, lever halfway, lever close, and I'm fading out that bottom line. Now I'm putting on my 1.5, going 1/2 inch up, and this is gonna be a mid taper, so I want this side to really pop. So I'm going 1/2 inch up, and then I'm closing it. When I blend with the Style Crafts, I noticed that there's a little bit of slight transition, so I like to use my wall one in between, and for me it just makes the fade a little bit more connected. So now I'm putting my half guard on closed, and I'm just slowly notching that thing, knocking that line out, slowly knocking that thing out. Half guard closed. Making sure the strokes is there, making sure my wrist is consistent. Now I'm coming back with my 1.5, and I'm just taking off some bulk that I don't want, that I see right there in that little corner, that prime area, because I really want this hair right where the C cup is. I want it to lay down, so I want to take a little bit of those dark spots and just get them to really fade and flow a little bit better. So I'm coming back with the grain and just really making sure this hair is laying down. A lot of y'all, you might overlook that, but going back with these guards and really getting that hair to lay down will make your cuts look a whole lot better. You know, it's in the details for sure. Right here, I'm just detailing that thing. Once I finally get my steps done, I just go back and I like to do what's a feather approach. For new barbers, you might not be as experienced in it, but I'm just really taking my corner and I'm just flicking at certain trouble spots that I see where it's dark spots, and I'm trying to get that line, or I'm trying to get that faded area to be as smooth as possible. So I'm going back with my 1.5 against it, and I want that thing to pop. I want it to pop. So when you see it from the side, it's gonna pop for sure. Now I'm going and I'm establishing my back taper. I'm taking off what I don't need, my 0 line. Like I say, I want my taper to pop when you look at it from the side. This is one of my favorite cuts to do. So I always like to make sure that the back taper is super, super clean. You'll see when I start fading, I'm gonna be angling the chair to the side because I want that thing, when you see somebody, I want you to be able to see both fades in the back and the side. So right here, I'm going with the lever open and I'm notching it down to halfway. Then I'm going close and I'm taking out that bottom line. Now I got my one open, going up half an inch, going up a half an inch, close it up, and I'm blending into that. Blending right underneath the occipital bone. That's where I want my fade to sit, right there underneath the occipital bone. Again, I want you to see this. I want you to see it when you look at him from the side. I want you to be able to see that fade. So I'm just going with the grain. I'm coming back down and smoothing that thing out. Always dust off your canvas. You want to make sure that you're working with a clean canvas. And the clients don't want to be itchy. They don't want all that hair on their neck. So make sure you are dusting them off on a regular. Here I got that one guard open. It's a wall one. Like I said, for some reason, for me, it might just be me, but the transition just works a little bit better when I hit that wall guard. Going from the style crafts. Now I got my half guard and I've got it closed and I'm taking out that line even more. Taking out that line and letting that fade come together. Speaking of come together, man, if y'all like beats and you are an artist or anything, you need beats, check out my beat page. Yes, I made this beat right here. So if you need beats, holla at me. My info is in the description below. Right back with the right side. We doing the same steps that we did on the left side. Lever open, notching the thing and taking that bottom line out. Now we're going with the one guard, half an inch up. I mean, the steps are the steps, guys. And you will find that as you do this more and more, it's certain things that you see and you'll be able to like finesse. Like, instead of always going against the grain, sometimes you can put a bigger guard and come with the grain. So here, this is what I was talking about when I said I'm gonna turn them to the side and I'm gonna blend that back taper and that side taper at the same time. I like for both of them to hit. I like for when you see somebody that who's got the taper from me, I like for it to really pop. So here I'm just kind of fine tune the back taper and pick out those lines, those dark spots, so that it's a lot more smooth, a lot more clean. But as you can see, it's there. You know what I mean? The fade is there. We chop that boy. Yeah, so still going and detailing this back taper out with the feather approach. I'm just going at the dark spots that I see because I want to get this taper to blend a little bit better than it is right now. So I'm coming with the grain to try to smooth it out, flatten it out, and I keep working it till I get it to where it's smooth. And by the way, If you haven't already, if you're checking out this video and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel for your girl. Just starting out with this YouTube, but trust me, we gonna get better. We gonna be consistent. We gonna keep elevating and bring you better material, better content, and just keep growing together. You know, this is a journey that I'm on to improve myself, improve my skills as a barber, with ambitions to be an instructor one day. So I hope that you guys finding, time to enjoy what I'm creating and putting out there, because I really want to be able to offer it at a grander scale one day. That's my goal. So I appreciate you, even if you just tuned in though. But back to the chop, going, and I'm kind of in the way right here. My bad. But I'm going and I'm just detailing all around, and detailing his fade, cleaning him off. I think my guy was kind of under the weather. He had allergies. So right here I'm going with my immortal spray to hit that line. I absolutely love that hairspray, by the way. Getting his line up crispy. For those that don't know, definitely want to use some type of holding spray when you're lining up. That's how we gonna get that crunch. And we starting right there on the C cup. Watch how that thing just come together. Ooh. Sauce. Now I'm hitting his corner, and you guys can't see it. My apologies again, but it's right there. Now we're coming behind the ears, and guys, around the ears is important. Please take that very seriously, because when you're doing a taper, especially fading around the ears and getting your line up to be precise is really what's gonna set your taper apart. You can't just half-ass the back of the taper, you know what I mean? You can't. That line up all the way around gotta be crispy. So again, I'm on the other side with the C cup, and I'm gonna establish my vertical bars first. Once I establish my vertical bars, I'm gonna walk that thing right across and connect it. Alright, so you see me right now smoothing it out. Like I said, it's in the details. I want to smooth out where I'm lining him up, because I don't want the hair hanging over, and I wanted to make it as easy as possible. I want his lineup to last. Guys, if you're not smoothing it out, if you're not cutting down right at the edge of the hair, man, it's just gonna pop up, especially with coarse hair clients. It's gonna curl right on up. So you want to lay it down. You want to take as much bulk as you can without just balding the person. You want to make sure that it's flat so that his hair, his edge up can last. As you see him coming right across, and look, this thing is already nice without no enhancements. It's a straight, it's like walking a tightrope. Like, man, it's there. So here, just working. I don't want the hair, that's little flyaway hair that sticks out. I'm coming across and I'm connecting it. Hold that ear down and make sure you get around that ear, and that lineup is clean as it can be. Excuse me. You want to make sure that lineup is clean. And you see right there, I'm just working it, taking my time, but I'm working it. And get on this side, taking my time, and I'm working it. Again, this is one of my favorite cuts to do, is a taper, and this happens to be one of my favorite clients to do a taper on, because I feel like he just has the head for it. And OG barbers that been in the game, they don't know what I mean when I say a person has a head for a certain type of cut. So here, this is that extra sauce that is gonna really take it up another notch. I'm putting the mousse on the hair, styling foam, and I'm laying and I'm brushing, and you can see the waves are really starting to lay. They starting to pop. I'm brushing it, I'm getting it in there, and I'm just really making sure his waves are laid. Excuse me, his waves are laid. And I do that, I'm gonna put the do-rag on. Oh, here I'm coming with the Mortal Pomade. A Mortal Pomade. It's a really good brand. I like it because it doesn't cake up the hair. It doesn't leave that residue like, you know, the 360 pomades and all that. So I actually like using that product, and I would suggest it to anybody that has waves, that is looking for a product that's gonna have your waves, you know, looking silky shine and laid without all the extra gunk in it. So now I'm taking my blow dryer to the head. I got it on hot because I really want the waves to kind of melt in there, if that makes any sense. So you can look at the do-rag and see that it's working. Like, it's really starting to pop. Like, you can see it on the do-rag that the waves are really starting to come through. This whole process is that extra mile you go when you really want to get your client right. You know what I mean? Our barbers don't do it. You don't have to do it. But when you want to go the extra mile and make that cut stand out, it's what you do. So you're taking it off, you're gonna see it's a whole nother level. As if I would have just left them the way it was. The cut was still straight, but now it's even more potent. So I'm going with my outline, just making it pop before I hit them with the enhancements. And guys, I may not have put the enhancements on this specific video, but know that I did. It's already saucy before, so I do use enhancements though. But look, it's straight. And this is him before. My boy was in need. And we had to get him right. Look at that line up. Look at that line up. Don't play with a boy chop like Bruce Lee. Get him upside the head, baby. And this is the cut, fam. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how I can get better. Leave feedback. Y'all let me know what y'all want to see. I'm out.